Have you ever wanted to know about the future, love, dreams, money, sex abadis?
Well, then you're in luck because we read tarot cards.
And we do it seriously.
We know we're being funny, but it's real. Real magic.
We used to be an Instagram live show.
And then a live show in front of an audience.
Yay! And now, a podcast.
So sit back, relax, and trust the process.
Welcome to The Tarot Show. I'm Dickie Copeland.
And I'm Hannah Garces.
And this is The Tarot Show. This is The Tarot Show.
There's the Tarot Show. I said first.
Our very first, the inaugural.
This is our very, this is our very first Tarot Show.
Our 31st first
Our 31st
episode. Wow. Is it our 31st?
Yes, it is.
The big 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
Anything fun, cool happening in your life? As fun and cool as the number 31?
Oh. When I was walking to work today, I saw a dead rat and a dead mouse.
Are you sure? Or were they sleeping together? Were they cuddling?
No, dude. They were fucking dead.
Were they in a bed?
No.
Did they have little coins over their eyes?
Yeah, they were like dead Victorian rodents.
Like little children.
No, I won't get into it too much, but one of them had clearly been run over by a bike tire.
No. Who would do that?
It's really tough.
Man,
Just such a clear indentation.
if that's not a sign of end times,
I know.
that's how you know the apocalypse is upon us.
Yeah.
You just an inch to the left, dude.
I know.
You know it was a guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, well.
What's new with you, Dickie?
Well, I saw these sleeping rodent. No. What is new with me? I've got a new little spider in my car. In one of the little side mirrors. I'm happy to have her. I haven't really seen her, but I've seen her work.
Love your work.
I've been really loving spiderweb work lately. I told Hannah last night that I was going to go somewhere and then literally walked out our door and a beautiful, big, perfect circular spiderweb was there with the spider right in front of it. And I was like, I'm not going to walk through that or move it with our little spider stick. I'm just going to leave her be. I walked right back inside. I mean, was that the real reason I didn't go? I don't know.
But it didn't help.
Yeah, but it felt like a great enough reason to not go. So,
And then you posited.
oh yeah. And I literally told you that when you got home. I was like, I literally just left it intact, because you came in through the sliding glass door. Then this morning I walked out and I was excited to see it. And it was not there. And then I left and I saw Fozzie Bear's car. And I was like, I bet anything that man walked right through it.
Yep. And I said, Fozzie Bear walked through that thing and brought the spider. The spider now lives in my room.
The spouse of my car spider lives in your room now.
Yep.
Like driving over a dead rat with a bike. Fozzie Bear would do it in a Lime scooter.
He would. He's so crazy. He's got to stop going on those Lime scooters.
Those Lime scooters are the first on stage reading you and I ever did for Jake Jabor. We did it during We're Gross, right?
Yes.
And the cards very clearly were like, you and Danger Girl.
You and Danger Girl.
And we told him, we were like, you have to get a helmet. And he was like, oh my God, I've been riding Lime scooters a lot. And we were like, get a fucking helmet, man.
Yeah.
And be safe.
And then he did.
And he did have some close calls too. He's like, I'm really glad I got
And then he bought a helmet.
like a good helmet, like a motorcyclist helmet. We spooked him so bad. He made an investment in a helmet.
Good. Yeah, those things are no joke.
But anyways, we got to get one for Fozzie Bear because he's not only not wearing a helmet, he's wearing rainbows. These sandals. His feet are bare.
I know.
Little toe hairs blowing in the wind.
I know. Little street feet giving a free toe show. Stop. If you're listening, which I know you are.
Which I know you are. You and the spiders.
I feel like there has been a decrease in the Lime riding.
Yeah?
Yeah. He's not
Because
doing
it's too
it.
hot?
It's And also I've just told him like, that's really scary.
Take an Uber.
He's already kind of fucked himself up on it once. I won't blow up his spot too much. Fozzie.
My most toxic trait is that I laugh when people get hurt. That's a thing about me that has been a problem before. I had an ex-boyfriend that really didn't like that trait. And he got hurt a lot. But he like one time. You know those pull-up bars? Mm-hmm. So he had looped over the pull-up bar like a big like stretchy rope, like a bungee cord that and it had like the ball at the end, and he'd like looped it over, and then he was like doing like pulling it in for like sit-ups and stuff, and then it came off, and the little ball thwacked him in the tummy.
Wait, is it redacted?
It is redacted. It thwacked him in the tummy, and he went, ugh. And the sound of it first in a tummy, and then like almost like yes, like a little ping pong ball into a beer cup. Yeah. He was on fuego.
Heating up.
And it just was such a shock, and I saw it, and I laughed so hard, and he was really upset.
He's too vain.
I know, because I think that was the thing. It was the sound that got us both. He was mad because of the sound, and I was laughing because of the sound. So, anyways, I've got one little funny oop date.
Tell me.
Very, very Three of Swords coded. I will say to the listeners who have been just letting us sail along on this one, that we are doing a deep dive on the Three of Swords. We're in the middle of the threes, and we thought we'd get this nasty boy out of the way. You know, sometimes you just want to peek under the bed and stare the monster straight in the eyes. So today we're doing the Three of Swords, and I think this might be my last little Lone Star update.
Oh.
He sent me a song, and I think that this is the last song. I will remind everyone I haven't responded to this man in months, and he's been sending me random songs and random media. Mm-hmm. He's been sending me content. But he sent me the song Drops of Jupiter by Train. And I truly... So I haven't been responding, right? And it shocked me so much to see this come through that I almost kind of couldn't believe it wasn't like, was it a joke? Was it in jest? You know? So I did, in fact, exclaim it, which is one of the least understood sort of tap backs you can do.
Right.
Everyone gets a ha-ha or a heart, but I've seen the exclamation be misread before. I always mean it as like, huh?
Yeah. Or,
Oh. Yeah. And then like a blink of eyes.
blink, 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 blink.
But I've seen somebody use it. I had a friend that used it like almost like underlining, like emphasizing.
Yeah.
But anyways, I exclaimed it, and it wasn't a blink kind of way. And he wrote, right? Felt good to hear that one. And there's something about it. I'm like, that's the last one. I could be wrong, but maybe it's the last one for me. Do you know what I mean?
Prince.
Good night, sweet prince. I put the little coin over your eyes, and I run you over with a bike.
Okay.
Yeah.
Drops of Jupiter.
Yeah.
Which is banger.
Is a great
I love the
song.
song.
Yeah. And what's been awful about it is I didn't listen to it, obviously, because I know it. But now it's been in my head, but I realize I don't know any of the lyrics. So I'm just sort of like driving along, me and my little spider in the side mirror, both of us singing it, and me being like, now she's back from a long vacation, probably brought back a big Dalmatian. Like, I have no idea. Hey, So tell me, did you find another one? It's very good. It's country when I do
Are you parking here or should I just keep on looking?
Yes.
I like what my mama's cooking. So tell me.
Did you get a permanent one? Or a tattoo just for fun? I'm just like truly no idea what it is. Even though I think I've probably heard that song, no joke, 500 times in my life. Sometimes I think about our lives in a funny way where I'm like, I wish I knew the exact number of blank. I was really thinking about it at Disneyland. I'm like, I bet it's in a computer somewhere. How many times I myself have been to Disneyland? It's in some little server somewhere sucking up water, right?
Yeah.
And I wish I knew the exact amount of times I've listened to the song Drops of Jupiter.
I want to know.
Like just as a kid when the radio's on, or like if it was ever in a movie or something.
Yeah.
Take a guess what your number is.
I've probably heard Drops of Jupiter 200 times.
Right? Like at karaoke and stuff too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think most of those times, like, was against my will.
I don't think it's ever really been by choice.
Maybe I've thrown it on
Yeah.
every once in a while.
Did it feel good to hear that one?
Yeah. Feels good to hear that one.
Feels good to hear that one. Anyways, we made it this far.
Cheers to that.
Holla back, baby. And then another Three of Swords moment. We haven't been able to watch House of the Damned Dragon because it feels like self-harm now.
Stop hurting the dragons.
Buddy. George.
Sick freak.
Squirrel some away. Yeah. I mean, I know that they did, and those are Daenerys' dragons, but still.
Right.
Another Three of Swords moment. It's movie night it's been movie night. And then tomorrow will be the other second part of movie night on Love Island USA.
Ugh.
Talk about heartbreak.
Talk about heartbreak.
Talk about betrayal. Talk about crying.
This fucking show, dude.
It really has us in its grasp.
It does. I'm obsessed. It's the only thing I really care about.
It is what you text me about from work.
I'm just like dreaming. I'm like Andy Dufresne and fucking Shawshank Redemption. Like, just thinking about a beach somewhere in Mexico. I'm thinking about fucking Love Island.
While you're crawling through a tunnel of shit. One day to be clean.
Well, should we do a little cleansing and then start the magic?
That was a nice segue, I realized. From tunnel of shit to coming out clean.
Yep.
To doing some cleansing. Nice hand.
Smart. Well, you did it.
I don't think so. I'm the beads and you're the string.
Aw.
We did it, Han.
We made a bracelet.
We strung drops of Jupiter together to make a necklace of Jupiter.
Cute.
Let's cleanse the space, shall we?
Use your little bell.
Yeah, I meant to get a new little bell. I want a new. What if I cleanse it with drops of Jupiter and then we have to pay like a licensing fee or something?
All right. The space is clean. Shall we cleanse our little bodies?
With the shot?
Yeah.
All right. We cleanse our bodies with a shot of Fireball. Han. Cheers.
Cheers. From the womb to the tomb.
From the womb to the tomb. Oh, it tastes like when you turn the radio on. What if I sent back Mambo number 5? What if I sent back How Bizarre?
Yeah. with the little things like the lead singer of them died.
Did they?
Yeah.
No.
I know. Sad.
The rats, the mice, and the lead singer
Of OMC? OMG.
G.
OMG. Remember the name of the group that does How Bizarre. But I love that song. That song I listened to voluntarily.
How Bizarre.
Yeah. That song fucking rocks. That's summertime, bruh.
Did you ever, it really is. Did you ever think it was Help Us Out?
No. Help us out. Help us out.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay.
I never thought that.
Okay. That would be weird.
That would be so crazy. I'm glad we both established that we didn't think that. Tell me, did you ever want to help us out? Should we move on to blessings and curses?
Let's do it.
Now that we're all cleansed. Mm-hmm. And now it's time for blessings.
it's a bit of a piggyback on last week's, and you've already brought it up. I want to bless specifically the Love Island USA season 6 girls.
Yes. As an entity?
Yes, the girls, because I blessed just the show and the season last week, and then some recent episodes have got me a little hot under the collar. I'm kind of cheesed off, TO'd, because what are these producers doing? Pitting our girls against each other while these nasty rat boys get away with fucking murder.
Dead in the street rat boys.
Disgusting. I want to run over them with my lime scooter.
Paying like 6 cents to run over a boy from Love Island.
Well, I'd pay 12 cents because I would go in reverse and hit him twice. Because this will not stand. What are we doing?
You know what it's giving? Vanderpump Rules last season.
Yes. And it's like, it starts off so strong. You have this thing that could be girl power times. And then we're going to watch movie night. And then it's going to be the girls being catty about old shit that they've already resolved and moved past. And then the boys, like, it's barely a slap on the wrist.
In typical Sleeping Mouse fashion, I'm hoping that they're about to get nuked. That we've had sort of a feign left so that a right hook can come. But we'll see.
I hope.
You know, I really hope too. I know that at least Aaron's going to get it, but
He fucking better.
it's also so easy to get him. I want them all to be obliterated.
Yeah. I hate Liv and Leah being pitted against each other, and they have such rabid fan bases and haters. It's so weird. Like, if the Crips and the Bloods can get on stage with Kendrick Lamar and put their little bandanas together and dance, I want Leah and Liv to link their little water bottles with their names on together and fight
Yeah.
these disgusting men.
Exactly. That's the answer.
That's the real enemy. If you're listening and you're on one side, it's not the sides. It's not the sides. I'm begging you guys.
They've hashed it out once before. I hope they can hash it out again.
Yeah.
It's a very good blessing hand.
Thanks. Also, download the Love Island app, whether you watch it or not, and just vote so that Kendall doesn't win any money. That's what I care
we'll
about
start.
now.
We'll start our full campaign as we
Yeah.
get closer to that. I have to give a little sub blessing here to our good friend of the pod, Brett, for giving us access to Love Island season 11 UK version. I love you forever for that. I didn't even ask for it, and I had thought about asking.
What a beautiful angel.
Yeah. All right. Shall we light the little
Let
candle?
me light this bad boy. All right, girly pops.
Hannah has lit the candle for the Love Island girls.
Leah, Janae, Serena, Liv, Nicole, Kaylor. That's it. I'm not blessing them. Casa girls.
OG only.
OG only. OG and Liv.
That's true. All right. I would like to bless the book I bought that I was so excited about tying knots.
Yeah. I remember that book.
Genuinely bought it like, this is so cool. Gonna tie all these knots. Like, I'm like out there, like, we're fixing some stuff. We're taking apart things. I need to know some cool knots. I'm on a boat every now and again. I posted to my story. Everybody thought I was being a nasty freak. Everybody wrote me back and was like, oh, really, Dickie? I was like, well, yeah, isn't that cool? And they were like, I didn't know you were like into that. And I was like, oh, no, no.
No, just like if I tie that sail down, it won't blow away. Oh, no.
I'm like prepper coded here. I'm trying to be like, if we're in a Walking Dead situation, I can tie 4 different knots.
Right, you're trying to like tie a bungee cord to the back of a pickup or something.
Yes, I'm trying to, at the coolest, tie my robe like in a cool way. I did learn like a little square knot for that, but like I'm not out here trying to be like, hey buzz,
Tie me up.
I tie you up. was like, it didn't even cross my mind. I'm such a nerd. I can't believe it. It was putting some weird energy on the book, so I needed to bless the book.
You fucking perverts ruined my friend's not book.
Yes, thank you,
Stop.
Hannah. Thank you, Hannah.
Stop.
Well, and like, I could be a pervert too, but I just wasn't.
So it's not really Dickie's style to post that on her story where Jen Copeland could be watching.
I know.
And her sisters. You guys are disgusting.
It's just like niece, my perverted interests. Niece, Disneyland. A Love Island meme. My perverted interests.
I want to hog tie you. Disneyland. No. Y'all need Jesus.
Exactly. Like, I'll touch grass too, okay? But it's so funny that I was truly like, yeah, to all my, not even green circle, just to my coworkers. Just look at what I got. Anyways.
Oh, that's so funny.
Hold on, let me find out what the title of the book is real quick.
Do you want another beer?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. I'll get a 6-pack on my way home tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
This is so good.
Tell me, did you fall across the sun? Did you open up the Milky Way? Well, if you too want your friends to think you're a pervert, might I recommend The Little Book of Incredibly Useful Knots. 200 practical knots for sailors, climbers, campers, and other adventurers. I identify as an other adventurer. Let me go ahead and light the candle.
Yeah, let's get that unchristian stank off your innocent book.
I literally was like, maybe we'll be in Capri one day and I'll be tying up our little rowboat that we took out at
Our little dinghy.
at dusk. And everyone will be hammered and I'll be like, look, I can do this.
And then we sink and I'll die anyway. But we have a laugh.
But we have a laugh as we go. Not me. I'm going to be tied up to the dock. I'm like, see, look, I tie my legs up to my hands and I float here. And now it's time for curses.
Sing it.
What if I just sent back that like sound? He sends me drops of Jupiter and I'm like,
He's like, he exclaims it and you're just like,
right? Felt good to hear that one. Do you like knots? I know so many knots. I know 17 knots now. That I know that this one you could do so fast. Han, this is something we experienced together.
oh my God.
I would like to curse specifically because it happened to you when you lock the door of your establishment that you are working at and a customer walks up and pulls on the door just a little bit. Like that sound of the little, like, it's like they pull twice really fast, right? Like jingle, jingle. Mm-hmm. I see you through the other side because I've been picking Hannah up from work now and again. And
An angel. It's so hot outside.
I just bring my little book. Hannah slips me a little iced coffee. It's a nice little symbiotic relationship we got going. Mm-hmm. I think I'm getting more out of it than you are.
No, absolutely not. Nice try though.
But anyways, but considering that I get to watch you lock the door and you're like literally mopping. Mm-hmm. And I must have watched 3 people come up and they all see you mopping. Mm-hmm. And then they still have to try the door. Yeah. I would even prefer the little like mouthing, like, are you open? Mm-hmm. But to like do the door, it just feels so.
Yeah. Jiggle, jiggle. Like you walk in, you pull it. It's like, oh, it's locked. And then you're like, oh. And then you look in, you see me mopping and you try the door again. Nasty.
And they try it harder.
Yes.
They put a little more mustard on it. Like,
yeah. Go away, beloved. It's over.
Go away, my love. It's not your time, darling.
Not your time, babe. I shan't be giving you a coffee. I want to go the fuck home.
Let my roommate take me home.
Please.
Anyways,
It's crazy. And then the look in, like shading their eyes, being like, are you open? After the door.
right.
It's like, no.
What? Like, I'll give I understand the first jiggle if you aren't paying attention and you're just walking up, right? And you haven't you're just maybe disassociating. I get it.
Yeah, you're going through the motions.
You're thinking about what you're going to order. I'm fine with that. I'm
Yeah.
talking about the intentional check. Because that's what I witnessed. No one takes the note immediately. Mm-hmm. They have to really make sure.
Yeah.
And it's like, babe, trust your eyes.
Yeah.
Trust what you see. And they see you.
Sweating.
Yeah, because the AC wasn't
Mopping.
working too. Yeah, mopping. Fully I know your face hand, and you're not being like, oh, I would love to make you coffee face. It's more like I'm in the middle of something.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't know. It's not like you're chatting up with somebody else.
Also, we're in a crazy time where there's a big, I'm noticing TikToks and reels and posts about people proudly not tipping.
Yeah.
And just well, and some of them make a very good point about it's well, it should be my responsibility to pay them a living wage or whatever. But that's not the reality we live in. Two, oh, you don't want to tip? Why should I go above and beyond for you then, bitch? No, I'm then going to clock out when I'm scheduled to clock out, and I'm going to go home.
Yeah.
I'm not, because in other times I would have been like, hey, come in, I'll make you a latte. No big deal. But if everyone wants to act like a little bitch and be a fucking asshole and pay the bare minimum, then honey.
Do you think we should tell the little story of how a good old friend of mine that I'm no longer friends with, had an affair with a married man who they were sleeping together when he had just had a young baby. Mm-hmm. And this person is a figure. People know his name. Mm-hmm. And look, whatever. The roommate and I aren't friends anymore. But obviously, when Hannah and I started living together, I told her about it.
Yeah, this house has some lore, okay?
It does. It happened in this house.
It happened in your current bedroom.
It did.
Because you were in my room.
That's right. Mm-hmm. And essentially, they had been on our deck and they knocked over a beer in a really good koozie. And you can see it on the little hill below us. And I was showing Hannah, I was like, hey, you see that beer? Here's why that beer is there. my old roommate got railed by this semi-famous guy. Not even semi-famous,
He's probably what, C list, maybe B list in the heyday of his
time.
little show.
Yeah, but now, definitely not now.
No.
And he came up to your old establishment that you were working at.
Yep.
And what's crazy is he was doing that to you through the glass window, right?
Yes.
Kind of being like, hey, are you
Yeah. I'm fully mopping. He's like, hey, you're opening. And I look up and I'm like, oh, is that redacted? I'm like, and he's like, oh, can I? And I was like, no. And then he did that thing of motioning, well, can I just get a coffee? And I was like, I know you cheated on your wife who had just had a baby in the house that I currently live in. Go eat turds. In my head. And outside I was just like, no, sorry.
Isn't that the craziest thing? Life is so fucking crazy. Also, I would have paid $1 million to see your face. The face that means I know what you did and absolutely no.
I could ruin your life.
I could ruin your actual life right now. So no, you can't have a coffee.
No. No coffee for you, nasty man.
Go home to your toddler.
Shivers.
Men scare me.
Yeah, I get scared.
Sometimes. I don't know. I feel like that instinct to run over the corpse of anything is the same thing that makes them cheat on their postpartum depression wives.
Yes, they don't care.
I don't know. Oh,
They
yeah.
really don't care.
Had to do it.
Yeah. Or I think it's they're kind of main character, and not only are we not the main character, we're NPCs.
don't like that.
I know. I get really scared, Dickie. I'm so scared sometimes. And I love fuzzy bears so much, but I still get really scared.
Yeah. Did I tell you I saw that TikTok of a girl that she got high and realized her boyfriend was a man and started crying? She was like, oh my God, he's a man. I've let him in my house. He has access.
No.
I know, man. It's crazy out there. There's good ones. I believe there are good ones. And I do believe Fozzie Bear is one of them.
We'll see. We gonna see.
We are. But at least it'll be you and me together seeing.
That's true.
And
It's not the first time that you and I have saw some stuff.
yeah, gotten to the end of the book and
Yep.
and seen. And if that's not what the Three of Swords is all about,
Now talk about a Gorgino segue, Dickie.
that's me taking a Segway and running over a little sleeping. Maybe they're trying to wake it up. Maybe not. Maybe. I am cursing that intentional jiggle of a locked door. Oh,
Cool. Give it up. Okay. I want to curse when people who have been mean to me go viral. I hate it. I hate it more than anything. It should be illegal.
it should be illegal. I would vote if there was a little, like maybe a state proposal that they were like, we're thinking about this.
Yeah.
I'd vote for it. Even if they're like, it costs a lot of taxes. I'm like, it's okay.
No, it's fine. And it should be really easy. I'll just tell, like on X, FK8 Twitter, if I could just like flag it, and Elon Musk would be like, oh, sorry.
Oh my God.
Delete it.
Let me remove this.
Because it's happened a few too many times and I do not like it.
Oh no. Did it happen recently?
It did happen kind of recently. And someone has like shared like a tweet on their story, and the feeling of me just like, it's like when Jim Carrey in The Mask, he just like swallows like TNT or like a bomb, and it's like, bleh, and it explodes in his tummy. That's in any situation, not just people going viral. When I feel like I have to like hold my tongue, like that person's really mean to me, or that person's mean to my friend. Because if you're mean to my friend,
Right.
you're on my shit list
Yeah. Forever.
forever.
Yeah.
So I just don't like it. If you've been mean to me and you go viral, I don't like it.
We're going to have to sidebar because I have not seen this yet. Because as you know, I am famously a recluse. Someone who posts and only likes to watch my own story.
So smart. Also, I think I have told you about like this specific person before. Was
Yeah.
friends with an ex-boyfriend of mine, and they were just not nice to me ever. And I would tell my boyfriends, I'm like, hey, this person always looks me up and down, doesn't acknowledge me. It's very weird. And he
Yes.
was sorry, he's a pussy. It's kind of a little bitch. Okay, I'm sorry, but he was just like, oh, they're just like that, and it's like, and then I found out that this person was also shit talking him. And not
course.
just in a friend setting, in a stopping him from getting work setting.
No.
And I'm like, and he was like wrong. And then like he found out about it and he was like mad at he was like mad at the messenger, not at, it was so.
The perpetrator.
Yeah. So weird.
But also so funny.
And very on brand for this person.
Of course.
Bumbling, I would say. Bless his heart.
May he rest in piss.
Good night, sweet piss.
The little piss.
How'd you say that in French?
Le petit piss. Le petit ron. You're wrong.
You're wrong. Okay, well, anyway, fuck you, you've been mean to me,
Yeah.
bitch.
That one's going to resonate. I agree.
Thank you.
Honestly, there should be some sort of, like, if you can see on Instagram now if your post has been sent, like, you should be able to put a little flag.
Yeah. That's smart. We'll start our own social media.
Yeah, we will.
Or maybe we can just go work at Truth Social.
Oh my God, cool. I hope I get a hat. I hope I get stocks and shares. Yeah, did you see me on Truth?
Did you see me on Truth?
I was
went viral on
truthing.
Truth.
I was truthing. Oh my God. My truth went viral. All right.
I retruthed it.
I'm going to have to delete my truth and retruth my truth.
All right, girlfriends.
And now it's time to do something really cool. And that's, plug your nose, a deep dive. Splash. Bubbles. And Dickie loosens the knot she tied for her little boat, and off we go swimming.
Fun.
Into the clear blue water. It's time to talk about the Three of Swords.
It's a scary looking one.
She is the one that whenever we pull her, especially at a show, she gets a gasp. Mm-hmm. She gets a lot of attention. Look, she means what she looks like.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like it's a heart with 3 swords piercing it, and behind there are these rain clouds with rain. And we will do a deep dive on it. There is more meaning, but it's one of those things where it's just like Occam's razor. Like the simplest answer is probably true.
Yep. And that is how pain is, right?
Yeah.
It cuts through all the bullshit. Mm-hmm. It demands to be listened to first.
Yeah.
And I do think that's sort of the nature of this card in a reading. Yeah. She sort of screams. Mm-hmm. Her little dragon scream.
Oh. Do you want to do like our little word cloud?
I love our word cloud. Let's do it. Ready?
Okay.
Obviously, number 1, heartbreak.
Mm-hmm. Betrayal.
Suffering.
Forgiveness.
Anguish.
Sorrow.
Loneliness.
I feel like that's all I got.
Despondency.
Oh.
I was saving that one.
That was a good one.
Thanks. I do think depression.
Yeah.
Because she is a sword. We'll talk about that a little bit more, but I think of her as the pain that sticks with you. Mm-hmm. And that's why there's 3 of them really stuck in there.
Yes. A wound.
A big open wound. Yeah.
Yes.
Ugly crying, which couldn't be me. I'm a Cancer. We don't ugly cry, but
beautiful when she cries.
my tear just catches the light, But yeah. Okay. So unfortunately you've pulled this card.
Now what?
So you've pulled the 3 of Swords.
Now what? That's our little pamphlet.
I posted to my story and everyone's like, you're a freak. So we say this all the time, but swords are the suit of mental health, right? Mm-hmm. So I do think that this is a lot about the pain being really conscious and being really in the front of whatever you're experiencing, right? In my research, I saw this girl talking in one of her write-ups about it, how the 3 of Swords was stalking her for a while in readings, but she felt like it kept coming up and she didn't understand why. And so that led to a deeper dive, and it turned out that she was the perpetrator. Oh. She was hurting somebody. So there is something interesting with this card too, where I think when you pull it and you're like, what? Like that's such a crazy strong note. Like it is like on the piano when you do like hit all the keys.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? And it's like, oh, maybe you could possibly be the problem.
Oh, wow.
An interesting piece of this card. But I think usually she is exactly as like Occam's razor. She just means bad times coming.
Yeah.
Pain. Ouch. Ouchie. You know what else? I mean, not that we need to explain pain to anybody else, but I think specifically too with the whole like swords nature of this card, what she really reminds me of is not so much like, oh, you're being broken up with, but that feeling of, when you, in the wake of a breakup sometimes too, like right at the next day, when you wake up and you have forgotten it, and then all of a sudden you remember.
Yeah.
Like that specific note.
Oh my God.
That's what the 3 of Swords is.
Oh, Dickie.
I know. Like if we were going to get really specific, it's that thought that hurts.
Yes.
Right?
Like an actual like pang.
Yes.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know.
That's rough.
So when you wake up and remember the loss, okay, now we understand her.
Yes.
Are there any positives maybe to this card? Some positive readings when you get her?
I think on a more positive note, this card can be about especially when it's like reversed,
Yeah.
like letting things go in order to heal.
Yeah, you and I have talked about that notion of when it's reversed, the swords can come out of the heart, and then you can finally sort of heal and move on. The Two of Swords can be really indecisive,
Right.
and at least with the Three of Swords, you know you're not crazy.
Yeah, you know the score.
Yeah,
Like it hurts, but at least now you know.
The same with movie night on Love Island, right?
Yeah.
You saw it. Mm-hmm. There's no denying. No one can gaslight you about it anymore.
Yeah.
And at least now you know, right? And I will say, I saw this other thing too about it that I thought was really interesting, which is that it's a 3.
Yes.
You got 7 more cards to go. Mm-hmm. Like pain is part of learning. Pain is the 3s are usually about growth. Mm-hmm. And it's the heartbreaks that really make you who you are.
Yeah.
And you are now faced with an option, a decision, a choice of how you're going to be in the wake of it.
Yeah.
You get to decide your character now, which is at least kind of cool when you like recognize your own power in it.
Right. Well, I guess speaking of 3s, if we're talking about sort of like the symbols and the imagery on the
Ooh,
card.
yes, please. I love this part.
3s are also about, or like all of the cards that are associated with the number 3, like the Empress and the 3 of Cups, which you talked about last time, 3 of Swords, Pentacles, and Wands, obviously. The commonality in these 3s is it's about a unifying force. Like, you know, 2 people make a baby. That's 3. And like loyalty and bonding and like crossing a threshold. So in the way that like the 3 of Cups is about bonding and unifying together to party, 3 of Pentacles is about the bond and unification of like teamwork and working together. The 3 of Wands about, you know, crossing a threshold with your ambitions or your passion. The 3 of Swords is kind of about crossing a boundary, like a betrayal. And in that same way you were just talking about, of like, now it's like with pain comes clarity, and you're growing into a new version of yourself because of this.
Incredible. It reminds me of Charmed and the power of 3. Mm-hmm. A seminal piece of television.
Mm-hmm. Charmed rocks.
I do really think it does rock. I do think it's one of the big things that brought me and my sisters together.
I love that. And there's 3 of you.
I know.
And now your sister Katie has 3 girls.
The cycle continues.
So cute.
I think you're right. It's heartbreak that really makes you, you know? And it is I've said this before too, the part of you that allows you to appreciate art, music, gives you empathy, lets you connect to your friends. Mm-hmm. There's no better time to be a girlfriend than when your friend is going through something.
Yeah.
But to continue on the symbolism of it, so obviously there's, you know, it's pretty forthright, but, you know, the storm clouds being also in the air, which is also sort of an element of the mind.
Yeah.
And can really, I think, also point to those like turbulent thoughts. Mm-hmm. But now that the rain's coming out, we're finally like letting it loose. Mm-hmm. You know, I wrote down so many quotes about heartbreak. I'll have to do them at the end. Because I've got a Pisces moon and I love that shit.
Loves that.
I really do. But yeah, I think maybe even to talk a little bit more too about it when it's reversed. You were mentioning, overcoming grief, releasing pain. I love the idea too of finally breaking a cyclical thought.
Yes.
Which can be hard to do, especially when you are sort of inflicting the hurt on yourself.
Yes. I feel like this card reverse is very much about hurting your own feelings.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do that.
And you have to be really careful with that, with what you say in your mind over and over and over again.
Yes.
Like I think 3, right? Like don't say it 3 times, almost in a Beetlejuice way,
Yeah.
you know? Like stop yourself. Say the good things. Don't say the bad things, you know?
Yeah.
There is something to it. Can we talk about the astrology of it a little bit? Did you see
Yeah.
anything in there?
I didn't really.
I saw just because of it's like air that they were kind of like maybe like a Libra E Venus-y, which I didn't really. I was like, I don't know. Like sometimes I like see this and I'm like, it doesn't really feel that way to me.
Yeah.
And especially during Cancer season, I was like, oh, it's interesting that it's not,
Right.
you know, a more emotion-y water sign card. But well, if anyone has any thoughts, please let us know. But I don't really associate it. Some of them I don't.
Yeah, I know. I didn't see a clear I mean, I know they all have their components, but it's actually weirdly kind of hard to find a definitive source. I think also because like tarot is its own weird
Little oral history and all
thing.
that. Yeah.
So I don't know the exact.
I mean, I would love to claim it.
Yeah.
She can be mine. Take her. I love Little Heartbreak. I wanted to get a neon sign that said Heartbreak Hotel on our wall.
Yeah.
Also, that's what brought you and me together.
I know.
It was you when you were like catatonic.
Yeah.
And I'd go to work. I'd put a little coffee cup in your hand, put a little blanket over your shoulders, and I'd come home and you just had more dust on you.
Yeah. You put Are You the One? MTV's Are You the One on there, and I would just watch it. And like I was just like slightly like slumped over a little bit.
And then I'd come home and be like, "Hi, Hannah. How are you doing?"
Hi, Dickie. Hi, Diddy. Hi, okay.
And then you could only speak with your mind, but I could hear it. Speaking of the astrology, it's the same thing with those yes or no readings, right? Where you're asking the cards yes or no, and you pull it. We have said that we don't really believe in, but obviously if you're doing it, you're doing it. So we're going to talk about it. If you pull this card and you're asking a yes or no question, what do you think it means, Han?
It's a no.
Big no.
No.
It's baby no.
No, baby, no.
No.
Unless you're asking, is someone cheating on me?
And then it's yes. Is he over me? Yes. You're the one not over it, my baby.
Yeah.
My baby, my darling, my little chick.
Definitely in a reading, it's it's a little tough. Like you're gonna have to go through something to get over it. And I think it's just about like facing, whether it's love or something else not romantic, like facing the wounds, facing the negative thoughts in order to kind of pull those swords out so your heart isn't so weighed down. Like you have to feel it. And like there's rain in the background. It's like maybe you have to cry. You have to let yourself feel it. You have to let yourself cry. You have to let yourself process it and grieve it. And that's the only way to get through.
Fascinating. It's about a willingness to interact with your pain. Mm-hmm. Love. It's like, yeah, get in there. Jump in, both feet. There's a really great Shakespeare quote about this. There's a really great little Shakespeare quote from Mr. Bill Shakespeare. Give sorrow words, the grief that does not speak, knits up the o'erwrought heart and bids it break.
Damn.
Put words to your pain. Mm-hmm. Don't just let it live in the mind.
Yeah.
And don't, because then it goes in the body.
Yeah.
And then your heart really does break. I think that, you got to tell somebody.
Yeah, you need to express that.
You got to connect. There's 3 swords because you only have 2 hands. Someone else has got to pull a third one out.
Oh my God.
Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
That wasn't in my notes. I made that up.
Your mind.
I'm very excited to talk about this in my favorite type of reading. The only type of reading I ever associate with tarot, even though we mostly do other types. A love reading.
Love. Yeah, and there's a lot because this card is it's so, you look at it and you see a heartbreak. Like, come on.
Yeah. And you're like,
spooky.
All right, tell me about a hand.
All right, here's what we got. So in general, obviously maybe a broken heart, a wound, past or present. It can also be indicative of a love triangle.
The 3.
Mm-hmm, exactly. And then if you pull this in a reading about someone that you've just started seeing or in a new relationship or whatever, it could maybe indicate that you or that person maybe is on the rebound.
Yeah.
Or not fully moved on or healed from a past relationship.
That sort of like when you have a splinter under the skin.
Yeah.
Like they've got something they need to maybe dig out before they engage with you.
Exactly. So it's a little warning sign. If you pull this when you're in a long-term relationship, it can indicate cheating or a partner who is not putting you first. So if they're not cheating on you with another person, maybe they always put work before you, family obligations or something where it's like constantly you are being put on the back burner.
Which hurts
Yeah.
more sometimes.
Yeah. And then if you're looking for love and you pull this card, it usually is a sign that you have some more healing to do and maybe some more work to do on yourself before you will be ready to meet the person. And then and kind of another sign of like, let yourself feel things, let yourself experience the pain and the hard work.
People don't get into relationships. They're like, I don't know why it's not working for me. And it's like, you're afraid to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably why.
Right.
You need to sort of open the door. You got to take the, football pads off.
Right. Because the only way
We're playing
to
skins here, baby.
Yeah, babe. It's skins versus skins. Well, in order to have actual intimacy with someone else, you have to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
And you have to be, it's very brave to have an open heart. And that's really hard when you've been hurt, but that's the price you pay if you want to be truly close to someone.
Yeah. And it's also scary to hurt other people,
Yeah, totally.
unless you're me. Mm-hmm. And then it's a joy.
And then someone gets hit with the workout equipment in their tummy and it makes a funny sound.
And then you laugh for so many years. You laugh years and years later on a podcast genuinely about it. And you think about it as you fall asleep and you puts a little angelic smile on your face and off you drift.
Oh, it's so funny.
Or like when people, Hannah, do you remember when we were throwing one of our jardies and a man ran into the glass door, the sliding glass door, which we have since put so many decals on it. We put decals from every season, ghosties, hearts all over the sliding doors so people don't run into them, but they just do sometimes.
Yeah.
And we have to keep them closed so that there's not like a noise violation because we got big speakers in here bumping. Yeah. Anyways, you and I were inside and we watched a man run into it and you went, oh my God. And I went, ha ha ha.
It was just shocking. I just wasn't expecting it.
I wasn't expecting it either. I wasn't expecting to have a moment of joy in the middle. It was so crazy because it was like the actual, like the joke where like the one arm is like they're doing cactus arms. It was the sound, Hannah. It's always the sound.
It's always the fucking sound. Ugh.
But yes, back to the card. Oh, want to know another funny reading we had with this once? When we did our tarot show live at UCB and we had Dan White as one of our guests and we were pulling for him and the Three of Swords came up and he's like, I don't know. He's happily married, has a child. I was like, I don't know. Maybe it's about heartburn. And he was like, my wife is dealing with heartburn right now. Like that's literally what we're doing. And he's like, I literally just went and bought her like Tums or whatever because she's pregnant and announced their second child who has since been born. And they announced it on our show.
Yeah, and we were right about what sign it was going to be and everything.
Everything,
before he said like how far along or whatever. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, we were like joking, like maybe it's heartburn and like a baby.
And he's like,
oh, yeah, it's heartburn and a baby.
Gotcha.
It does look like heartburn to me, though.
It does look like heartburn.
So that's also a possible interpretation I want everyone to put in the books.
Yeah, go get some antacids or some Pepto-Bismol.
Your Bismol.
Get your Bismol.
Get your Pepto-Bismol.
And then the last thing I'll say about it in a love reading, especially if you're in a long-term relationship, it's about, when you pull it in reverse, it's about something that you or both of you know is wrong and it needs to be addressed directly. Even if it's scary, even if it's uncomfortable, even if you really don't want to have that fucking conversation, it's kind of make or break. You have to have that fucking conversation and just be fucking real about it because it's not going to get better and it's not going to go away.
You ready for me to drop some big sister Cancer energy knowledge on you?
Show it to me, Rachel.
Pain only wants to be understood. That even when you get hurt, once you look at it and see it and know the extent of it, there are studies, your actual pain goes down. It's only when you don't understand, like, oh my God, that's when it really is flaring, because in your mind, it's trying to get you to pay attention, right?
Right.
And it's the same thing in relationships, right? Like, sometimes you pull this card, you're like, I don't understand. He seems fine. I'm fine. And that, yeah, maybe there's something you got to talk about, right? But once you talk about it, then you can get through it. Everyone's got wounds. No one is clean, right? But also, too, sometimes it's just like, ask them. You know, maybe they want to tell you what an actual last breakup was like. You know, maybe that is something they're thinking about. And same for you. So just, the point is to understand it.
Yes. And understanding that also is something that, like, when you share pain and someone tries to understand it, that builds intimacy and compassion. When you know why someone maybe gets triggered by something, or it's like, oh, because a past partner or your mom or your dad did this thing, that breeds compassion. And you're like, oh, I understand you. I get you.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's nice.
That's nice.
Yeah. Pain wants to be understood. And that's why it screams. Your face. Releasing pain. I think too, the same, like if you pull this in like career or whatever, you gotta talk about something.
Yeah.
Something needs to be addressed. Same with health, right? We were joking about heartburn and whatever, but like go to the doctor.
Yeah.
I know that there's like a lot of positive interpretations for cards, but I am sometimes like, no, you need to listen to this one.
Yeah.
Look around.
Yeah. It's a warning. At the very least.
That's why it's red in the center. So, okay, should we go into pairings?
Yes.
Hannah's favorite part.
My fave.
Okay. And these are all tough interpretations.
Hell yeah.
Appropriately. Let's go to the dark side.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what's something I learned how to do? That was such a random thing. Do you want to know something I learned how to do?
It's very much like the guy from Mad TV. Look what I can do.
Look what I can do. And then that little skip.
Yeah.
I learned how to do a lightsaber sound.
Oh my God. Whoa.
Isn't that cool?
That is really cool. It's a little more droid. I feel like it's like a little R2.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a little droid in it, but like I think it's ultimately kind of the same. Like,
yes.
So,
yeah.
I lost it again. Well, anyways.
It was really good.
Thanks.
That's Star Wars. And that's on Star Wars.
And that's on Star Wars. Star Wars with a T at the end, and that's on Star Wars.
Star Wars. Shoo. I can't do it.
Shoo.
Shoo. This is me trying to do what you just did. Shoo.
It sounds like you on a lime scooter racing by.
Hitting a rat.
Shoo. Yeah, you would be
Shoo.
like, shoo-dump.
Right in the tummy.
Right in the tum-tum. All right. I thought of that because of dark side. Anyways, the Three of Swords, when paired with the Fool.
Oh, no.
Clownery. Someone struggling with an ability to commit, perhaps. Someone needing to make the move, but it maybe not now.
Yeah.
That like sort of clumsy is someone's trying and you're not into it.
Oh.
Yeah, I know it's brutal. Okay. The Three of Swords with the Magician, a breakdown in communication. You're about to lose someone meaningful.
Oh my God.
That's what somebody said. And I was like, damn. But just a possible interpretation. Just something.
Just something to...
Yeah. Like a powerful figure coming off the board, I think is
damn.
sort of the more literal interpretation of like the magician sort of like disappearing.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I love this ghost story element.
Yeah.
This little tone we've struck. The Three of Swords with the Hermit. You look lonely. I can fix that. Reach out, baby.
Yeah.
You're someone truly like caved in. Mm-hmm. And either you need to reach out to them, or if it's you, it's dire.
It's okay to not be okay.
No, it's not. It's not okay to be okay, to be a not okay. You got to do something about it.
Exactly.
Three of Swords with the Eight of Cups.
Oh.
You're compromising yourself to keep the peace. And you've got a difficult realization. It's also kind of about putting your own oxygen mask on first because you need help. And maybe you're trying to help others. It's like NASA said at the top of the pandemic, you guys. I don't know if we all got that email from NASA, but they were like, the most important lesson when you're in a small group like this where you all rely on each other is you have to take care of yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, then you start to fall apart and you can't do stuff as like a group. We all know this, right? Where it's like if you're hiding pain, you're actually hurting everybody else.
Oh, damn.
Oh, damn.
Oh, damn.
3 of Swords with the 7 of Swords. Oh, this one sucks.
Oh, no. I can guess.
You want to guess?
No, just tell me.
Okay, just tell me, Rachel.
Just tell me, Rachel. Show it to me, Rachel.
Someone is actively trying to break 2 people up. That there is deception. There is backstabbing. There is some absolute bad news.
Oh, my God.
Fucking watch out.
As our friend Paul Welsh would say, there's some nasty piggery afoot.
There's some nasty piggery afoot.
Oh, I hate that.
Afoot is exactly right. You know what it's like? Emotionally get yourself a helmet like Jake Jabor did. All right. 3 of Swords with the 3 of Cups. You're going to drunk text your ex.
Oh, brother.
It's kind of that like, be careful getting sauced up because you're not in a place. You know what I mean? It's that energy. It's that chaotic energy of like, yeah, we're all going out, but it you know those nights that it's like that night, Hannah, where you found a knife after you barfed.
Oh, yeah. We still got that knife.
I love that knife. That is a totem to me.
Yeah.
That has power. You literally went around a corner. I walked with you down the street because you're like, I have to throw up. You throw up, you come back out of the like shadows and you're like, I have a knife. I was like, oh my God.
And everyone at the taco truck was like,
Yeah, because it was a giant.
Yeah.
It's a big, like, it's not a butcher's knife, but it's like the size of a ruler.
yeah, she big. She thick.
And you were like coming back to the taco truck with it after she just puked and rallied, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what a night. The 3 of Swords with the 4 of Wands.
Uh-oh.
It's over, baby.
Oh, no.
Roll credits.
Oh.
Say goodnight. Say goodnight, Papa.
Night, Papa.
Say goodnight, Mama. Good night, Moon.
Good night, Moon.
Damn. I know. Those are all pretty tough. Just look it straight in the face, you guys. As my dad says, my favorite quote. Whoa, the hawk. Damn. Did you see that?
Yeah. That hawk just went straight over our house and right by our window, and it was huge.
So big. It was easily the size of 3 of those knives you found. If people want to know. Like my dad always says, like I always say, the cleanest cut heals the quickest, and it's a dog in pain that bites.
Yeah.
So if someone's hurting you, they're probably hurt people. You want to see all these? Can I read you these sad quotes that I wrote all over my page?
Yeah.
I was thinking too, I was like, there's no words to it, but the scene in Brokeback Mountain when it's the 2 shirts on the hanger. Sad. How about this one? Are you ready?
Yeah.
You don't forget the face of the person who was your last hope.
Oh, my God.
Katniss Everdeen. Katniss Everdeen from the Hunger Games. Catching Fire.
I thought that was very Tumblr.
I know. And that's up when I read it too. And I was like, oh yeah, that was Katniss. I was like, that speaks to me. And then I was like, oh shit, never mind. Okay, I think it's about PETA. Take her to the moon for me, okay?
What's that?
Bing bong.
Bing bong.
From Inside Out. It makes me cry on TikTok every single time. That sound, just take her to the moon for me. He's like shouting.
Oh, I never saw that movie.
Really?
Yeah. Is that crazy?
Yeah. We have to rectify that.
Okay.
It's such a good movie.
Okay. I just don't like baby movies.
It's the ultimate baby movie. So you don't like Boss Baby?
No.
What if my next quote was from Boss Baby? My briefcase is a diaper. The Boss Baby.
It's full of shit.
And it's full of bullshit. Something stinky here, and it's not these reports. It's my diaper.
It's my diaper.
How about this one? That's my boy from Harry Potter. When he dies, when Edward Cullen dies in Harry Potter. What a beautiful moment of acting. And isn't it crazy how good that acting is?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's really good. I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
Oh my God.
These are all really beautiful. Can you tell? These poetic lines that have moved me so deeply. Let's see if there's any more. Oh, this one is actually good.
Okay.
I do think that this is part of the Three of Swords that, like, it sounds like I'm doing a good setup. I'm not. I'm being genuine.
Mm.
The heart dies a slow death.
Oh.
That is from The Little Piss. Just kidding. It's from The Little Prince. Le Petit Prince. The heart dies a slow death.
Oh.
It doesn't go quickly.
No.
Yeah. This one I think really is about also the soul of this. Too much truth can ruin a thing.
Oh, damn.
I know, right? So sometimes it is about overkill on the right. Like, what did they say? That honesty without kindness
is cruelty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true too.
You can soften the blow a little bit, right? Yeah. I think that'll do it.
That'll do, pig.
Another great quote.
That'll do.
That'll do.
That'll do, pig.
How about this one? Witness me.
How about this one?
I am your father.
How about the droid being like,
It's so good.
oh, thanks.
It's really good. Shoo.
Shoo.
Shoo. Shoo.
I love you moving your head back and forth to also help. Now that's Foley. Now that's Foley Volume 1.
Shoo, shoo.
Shoo, shoo.
Featuring great hits such as Shoo, shoo and Crunch, crunch, crunch. And
Oh, knock, knock. And all right, folks. Well, if you've been through this Three of Swords, come let us buy you a beer.
yeah.
Love to talk about it. As much as this card truly does suck, I love to see her.
Yeah.
Because, the group chat about to light up.
Yeah.
The plot is thickening.
It's just it's life, baby.
Time to cut your bangs,
Cut
babe.
your own bangs, brother.
Someone's going platinum. That's what I think every time. I'm like, you're about to go platinum. I never say it in our reading, so I'm like, this bitch about to go platinum. I hope you like Wella Toner T18 because you're going to be toning your hair because you went platinum. Get some purple shampoo.
Get your purple shampoo on, honey. If you have like a Three of Swords moment you want to share with us, or if you want to ask a question for us, we can play some cards, you should call us and leave us a voicemail at 323-HI-TAROT.
Hi, Tarot.
And maybe we'll play your message on the pod and do a reading for you, or just share your story.
Yeah, I'd love to hear it.
Yeah.
You can follow us on our Instagram at the Tarot Show 444. We have shows coming up, one at the Lyric Hyperion and then another on actual Halloween at UCB. That one's going to be a banger.
Yeah.
And also you can just like maybe come to our party or something. And
Yeah.
then we'll tell you all the people we're talking about that we're redacting.
I will point them out to you.
I will literally, I'll pull them up on my phone.
I'll come introduce you to them. Like, this is redacted. Yeah. And they'll be like, what the fuck?
No, if it's connected to me, they'll be like Dickie running her mouth again. But they kind of, all the people,
They love it.
They do love it. They're like, oh, she's still thinking about me. I'm like, always, baby.
Yeah, they should be flattered.
And they are. All right, y'all. Well, we love you so much.
And we're with you.
From the womb to the tomb. Shunk, shunk. A droid whistling at you.
It's so good.
Thanks.